Good morning, good evening, good night. We're watching this transmission. It is I, Mike Martins here. Today I'm going to put up a bit of a fight because now we're seeing renovictions in Nova Scotia. Where's Nova Scotia? Eastern Canada, founded by the Portuguese. Nova Scotia is Portuguese for New Scotland. And what is happening? Rent evictions. Now, people are buying up and doing renovictions because they could get more money from other potential renters. This happened in Nevada when longtime tenants living in the state of Nevada, in Reno, all parts of Nevada, get a notice saying, "Oh, we're going to have to renovate. Get the hell out." And it's like, I've been with you for like 22 years renting. You've never had a problem with me. It's like, no, well, we're renovating. And then they start renting out to Californians and all these other people that are willing to pay double or triple the rent that what your long-term renter that you've had for many years has been loyal to you, and you end up throwing them out on the street. Why? Because of this. Money. Fairview residents struggled to find affordable housing as renoviction looms. Okay, so this is in Nova Scotia. All residents in the 30-unit building at 25 Vimy Avenue must leave the premises by Saturday. I can't stand to look in this guy's eyes. It's someone's grandpa, someone's uncle, just being thrown away, bounced around. And you know what the sad part is? This guy pays his rent. This guy's been paying his rent his whole life. That's the sad part. Blake Zwicker's apartment is packed with boxes, DVDs, and blue bags filled with clothing. The accumulation of his life's belongings. All being rated for his eviction later this week. After 4 years in his apartment, 25 Vimy Avenue in the Fairview neighborhood of Halifax, Zwicker was informed in May that he, along with all the other tenants in the 30-unit building, had to leave by August 3rd. For me, it's the fact that where am I going to go? What's going to happen now? Said Zwicker. I don't have enough money in the bank to hire a U-Haul. How am I going to do this? In April, AMK Barrett Investments, Inc., owned by Adam Barrett, bought the apartment building from George Tisklis. Barrett's real estate company, Black Bay, plans to renovate the building and says it needs to empty it out to do that. Everyone must be out by Saturday, tenants have been told. Zwicker, like many of the tenants in the building, is on a fixed income of $5.95 per month. His rent in Vimy was manageable. He's been looking for a new apartment, but it hasn't been easy to find another place that can afford. Because all the people migrated from Ontario, Montreal, wherever they came from, and moved to Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, Halifax. They all moved out there, and that's why there's bidding wars and prices are skyrocketing, and all the builders and all the construction are moving there because you follow the money. He's been looking for a new apartment, but it hasn't been easy to find another place he could afford. A lot of the rent for those places was way out of my budget, and income assistance only gives so much. That's a story Diana Delvin has been hearing a lot. I have no qualms about stating that categorically. Halifax is in the middle of a housing crisis. You got that right. The whole of damn Canada, every English-speaking country, said the executive director of Welcome Housing, a group that helps people find affordable places to live. There are no units for them to move into. Yeah, Nova Scotia is sparsely built up. It's not like a big city where you got endless blocks and endless blocks of vacant, empty rentals available to rent. I bet you rental vacancy is like 0.05%. There's like nothing available. There aren't the same numbers of affordable housing units that were even, say, 3 years ago. Wonder what started happening 3 years ago, eh? Once Vancouver put the foreign buyers tax on, right? And all the people, hey, you know what? I'm one of those statistics, okay? And I'm not going to say I'm an angel in this fact of the matter. I left the city of Vancouver. I had a down payment to buy a house in Vancouver, okay, that I saved. Then I said, you know what? I'm going to move to a small town and buy a house free and clear. And that's what I did. But what did I do? I started raising the property prices here in this area. All right? I came to see the house I'm in. The owner said, well, it's going to be like $260 for this house. Okay, sold. I didn't even bargain with him to bring it down. Here's a check. What do I pay? The real estate agent's like, well, you're going to have to do some paperwork. It's okay, let's go. Sign some papers. I got the money. You know, I tried using the bank originally because I said, hey, interest rates are cheap. Might as well use the bank's money and then just pay it back if their interest rates go up. But I didn't qualify because I'm a business owner. So my whole life being a business owner, I have to have the money aside to buy anything. I don't qualify for nothing. The shortage of affordable housing is so bad that housing support workers at organization are advising people not to leave their apartments unless there is a safety risk. Part of the problem, Delvin said, is that the shelter component of income assistance has remained the same $535 since the mid-1990s. The province says there was no increase since 2006. Another factor is that Delvin calls renovictions. She said there's a trend in Halifax of companies buying apartment buildings that have relatively affordable rents, evicting tenants in order to do renovictions, and then increasing the rent when the renovations are complete, effectively removing affordable units from the housing stock. Yeah, like in Vancouver. You know what they deem as affordable housing? $4,000? Yeah. $4,100 a month is deemed as affordable housing in Vancouver. So, okay, not good enough story for you guys? Well, let's put this in the mix. What about what's happening across the central United States? Everybody leaving Seattle, Washington State. Oregon's at a tipping point at $407,000 affordability crisis. Is already passing 5 times the annual income. California's a poop show. Anyone that's anybody left those states moved east. And what did they do in Nevada? What did they do in Utah? What did they do in Arizona, New Mexico? Renovictions. It's happening here in Nova Scotia. Current rental prices at 25 Vimy Avenue range from $535 to $695 depending on the size of the units, said Barrett. Once the renovations are done, he hopes to charge $700 to $800 for a one-bedroom apartment in Nova Scotia, and $900 to $1,000 for two-bedroom units. The rate he calls affordable. Of course, the rent is going to have to go up to justify the money that's being spent. Don't spend the money, he said. We're going to go in and we're going to clean it up. It's about to benefit to the neighborhood. Barrett said the building's not really fit humans to live in right now. I mean, it's not going to cost an extra $500-600 a month in rent increase per unit on 30 units to fix drywall. People can't live with bed bugs and cockroaches and prostitution and drug dealing going on. It's not safe, and it's not a good thing. Okay, so when you paint the place and fix the drywall and vacuum, you think drug dealers are going to come back? You know what? Barrett said the building also had an issue with rats, mold, water infiltration. Back Bay plans to put in a new roof, windows, siding on the building, fix electrical problems, install new kitchen and bathroom in every unit. He says Black Bay is not receiving any outside funding to make the changes. Housing Minister Chuck Porter said in a statement on Saturday that the province has taken steps to improve access to affordability housing, including through capital contributions to increase the number of units, allocating more rent supplements and grants and loans to low-income homeowners for essential repairs. The NDP's housing critic, Lisa Roberts, said that the provincial government has largely relied on rent supplement programs to help people with low incomes afford housing. It's a poor use of public dollars because it's public dollars that transfer to the private sector and they never create us units, he said. Yeah, like Kiwi built. Look what's happening in New Zealand. Kiwi built. How far behind are they now? I haven't checked. Robert said in addition to the loss of many long-term rental units to short-term rentals, businesses such as Airbnb, there have been a few affordable housing units built in recent years. The province either has to get serious about doing it or it has to get out of the way and let somebody else do it to fund them to do it, he said. Progressive Conservative Municipal Affairs critic Elizabeth Smith McCorson said the public needs to understand the underlying issues behind affordable housing needs. Okay, why doesn't this company that's going to spend all this money fixing the roof and fixing the drywall, fixing everything, land is cheap in Nova Scotia. Why don't they just pick up 2-3 acres of land, okay, build the unit they want, the 30-unit low-rise they want to build, okay, fair enough, and then make it to high standards instead of evicting the existing people in the existing unit. Well, why don't they do that? Build it 10, 15 blocks away from that drug dealing and all that, and then it's in a better area altogether. Why don't they do that? You're going to spend at least $60,000 fixing that roof. Why don't they just buy up some land? Why are so many people on a low fixed income, she said. I think we need to be looking at the source of the problem and trying to look at ways to ensure people have more money so that they have greater access to things like housing needs. Basic, yeah. And I said people don't need more money or help for housing. People need better jobs and job opportunities. So that way the people that could be working and get better job opportunities could be taxed on their wages. Those extra money that the government never had and that supplement they never had could go towards the people that can't work. And then they'll give a better wage to those people that can't work. Ms. Smith McCorson said there should be more collaboration between the private sector and all three levels of government to meet people's housing needs. Bailiffs to be on hand on eviction day. Oh, yeah, of course! As for the tenants, Barrett said the company has tried to assist them with the eviction by offering cash, helping them with living arrangements and moving expenses. But few tenants have called this office to accept those offers. A notice from the company dated July 16th reminds tenants that power, heat, and water in the building will be cut off at the end of August 3rd, and police, bailiffs, and fire department will be on site to board up windows and remove remaining occupants. Zwicker hopes he'll be out before then. He accepts an offer from a family to stay in Lower Sackville. He says, if that wasn't the option, I wouldn't have any place to go. That's the bottom line. I wouldn't have a place to go. Zwicker said some residents still don't have a home lined up. They're just waiting for the day that the company comes and puts everybody out. It's very sad, guys. Very sad what a lot of people are going through, guys. You guys have no idea. This housing crisis is affecting every English-speaking country. I've been speaking about it. It's going on for, 8, 9, 10 years now? That it's going to affect whether you're couch surfing, whether you're even homeless, it's going to affect you. Whether you are going to become homeless, whether you're a renter, oh, I'm renting, I'm safe. No, you're not. Whether you're a homeowner, oh, they're going to lower interest rates. Oh, they're going to raise interest rates. I can't afford my payment. This housing disaster looms all over us. And the foreign money that's been dumped into our countries, English-speaking countries, to an economy that can't handle it and the locals can't keep up, we're bought out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I saw the patterns years ago. I left the big city and I made sure I bought a place free and clear to make sure my family could lay roots and grow as a family. Anyways, guys, thanks for supporting me. If you want to support me on Patreon and donate $1 a month to buy me a coffee, please go ahead, and lots of love to you guys. Lots of love, guys. And let's pray for these people and this gentleman here. See if I can get him on Skype. See if he wants to come on the show and come on Skype and give us his insight on what's going on. Rent evictions in Nova Scotia, no surprise. As the housing market engulfs the Canadian proper, it's going to be harder and harder for day-to-day Canadians to make it. And when I say day-to-day Canadians, I'm talking about all Canadians, all people that have come here from all over the world. I'm an immigrant. I'm a Portuguese. And we came here to make this country better. or make it ours and lay roots and raise our kids here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Lots of love, and have a great day.